Yo, what's up with it, y'all? It's JD back with another quick video. In today's video, I want to touch on training specifically for what you're looking to gain for. So you got to train for what you want to gain. And I think a lot of times people tend to have too wide of a focus when it comes down to their training. And I'm specifically speaking about calisthenics because calisthenics is a very process-oriented sport, if you want to call it, and or a training style, whatever you want to call it. So whatever your specific goals are, you need to train specifically for those. And that could be, we all have different goals. You know, we all start getting into calisthenics, we all start watching calisthenics videos for different reasons. Some people get into training calisthenics because they see all the, aesthetic movements and the beautiful movement patterns, and they want to be able to master those movement patterns. Some people get into calisthenics because they like the calisthenics physique. It's a very athletic, kind of slim, muscular build that most calisthenics athletes have. So, that's another reason. Some people get into calisthenics just because they want to do some form of functional training that they can do without going to a gym or without lifting any weights. There's really no wrong reason for why you're getting into calisthenics or what you want to gain. Some people train because they want to, get a nice physique and be able to pick up a bunch of women. That's cool for them too. But I think that when it comes down to how you train, that's where it really kind of gets a little bit more important to understand what you're doing and how to program your workouts. For instance, if you're somebody who really wants to get into training some calisthenic skills, or you want to be able to maybe knock off a 90-degree handstand push-up, you have to really focus on what movements are going to actually get you there. Just like if you want to have a well-balanced physique, you might want to train a total body workout every single day with a lot of the calisthenics fundamentals like pull-ups, push-ups, dips, squats, whatever it may be, because all of these exercises are going to give you that athletic looking physique. And maybe you're somebody who's martial artist or a boxer or something like that, and you want to train some movements that might help you out in terms of getting strong but not losing too much fluidity or losing too much mobility. These are all things that we have to take into consideration. But for myself personally, I'm training calisthenics mostly for performance reasons. And, all of my exercises nowadays, all of my workouts nowadays, they always focus around maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 movements total. And I'm not going to say I only do 2, 3, or 4 exercises per day, but every single exercise is an exercise that I'm doing with, specific intention. I'm very intentional when it comes down to what type of movements I'm practicing every single day. Right now, I have like 3 movements that I'm really trying to hone in on. One of them is cleaning up my muscle ups and just getting more explosive pull strength. Another one is, making my handstands a little bit more aesthetic. I feel like I have great, strength when it comes down to doing handstand push-ups, 90-degree handstands, and different things of that nature, but I want to make them even more aesthetic, perfecting my form. And that's actually something I'm doing with my muscle ups as well. And the third movement pattern that I'm really focusing on right now, or trying to get back into focusing on, is something that is difficult because it's probably the most difficult for me, and that is getting back into front lever training. So, this is another thing that actually could be another video topic for another day, but, a lot of times we might have specific goals. One of mine has been front lever for a while now, but because maybe naturally it's not a movement that's come that easy to me, it's something that I kind of put on the back burner when it comes down to training. I'm not as excited to train front lever every day because it's such a struggle for me, but it is something that I still train. I do some type of movement every single day to do, to work towards that goal. And I'm actually getting pretty close to, being able to hit the front lever again, after I did hit it a few times before I ended up going in and having surgery. So, it's something that I want to perfect. I want to master that movement. I want to be able to hold that front lever for, a solid 10 seconds. So these are things that are on the horizon for me. But when it comes down to your training styles and, putting together your training program, you need to put it together specifically for what you want to gain. Now, if you're somebody who's new to calisthenics and maybe you don't know how to put a training program together for yourself, you can hit me up at my email address. That's travelsense@yahoo.com, or you can go to my website, travelsense.com, and I can actually create a custom program for you specifically around your goals. So whatever your goals are, I don't judge people for what their goals are. If your goals are to get a great physique, then we work towards getting you a great physique. I also do one-on-one coaching If you're more so looking to like have a body transformation, I actually would recommend you work with me one-on-one coaching. If you're looking to, you know, be a high performer, you know, what me and James call high octane performer when it comes down to calisthenics, I could put together a program for you to, you know, develop your calisthenics skills. Start off with some muscle ups or some handstands and then work forward from there. But anyways, I just kind of felt like this is an important video to drop because, you know, I feel like there's a lot of people out there, not even just in calisthenics. I see it at the gym when I go to the gym. It's just like they're just doing random exercises that they see other people doing. And if you watch enough YouTube videos with people doing calisthenics, you're gonna have an information overload. And a lot of times what happens with an information overload is that we try to, you know, spread ourselves too thin. We'll see, you know, I don't know, let's think of some calisthenics people. You might see Rip Wright doing some amazing thing on his channel. And then you might go and see, I don't know, Chris Harriott doing something on his channel. He's doing this, and then you see, I don't know, another calisthenics athlete doing some crazy handstands or something like that. And you're like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. All these people are doing all these different exercises, but they're not doing every single exercise. They're actually working on their own personal goals. They might be taking time to work on handstands or muscle ups, or they might be taking time to work on some crazy movement that we never seen before, working on full planche or something like that. So you can't spread yourself so thin to where you try to master everything at once. Hone in on a few different movements, hone in on a few different goals at once, and then you can master those, knock those off one at a time. And this is something that I like to call a fitness portfolio. This is something me and James have talked about on live streams before. And our fitness portfolio is essentially just our fitness accomplishments throughout the years. And, you know, it's something that we're not always going to be able to have every single movement in the bag at once. And the reason why is because it's hard to maintain a lot of these movements. One thing about calisthenics or training in general is that once you get a movement, it's not yours forever. You have to maintain that movement. I feel like it's similar to like languages. When I was living in Japan, you know, I got pretty good at Japanese. I wasn't fluent, but I could speak a good amount of Japanese. But it's been, 5 years or more since I've lived in Japan. That was like 2017. And maybe even early 2017. So it might be close to 6 years that I've lived in Japan. I haven't been practicing Japanese. Last time I went to Japan, like a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, my friends were laughing at me. One of my friends was like, man, you forgot all your Japanese. And it's true. I pretty much forgot all the shit because, you know, just because you got it at one point doesn't mean it's yours forever. And that's the same thing with fitness. So if we, you know, work out really hard. I made a fitness entitlement video. I'll put the link in the description on this one or put it in a box or something like that. If we work out really hard, we, you know, get a six-pack, develop, you know, some dope movements in calisthenics. We can't just take a month off and expect to have the six-pack, and we can't expect to, you know, be able to have these movements on deck just because we hit it once. That's our fitness portfolio. That's something that we do have in our portfolio, but it might not be active right now. But the good thing about, you know, fitness and muscles is that muscles do have memory. So if you're able to, you know, develop some muscles, or if you're able to develop some movement patterns, more than likely you'll be able to get it back a lot easier than when you got it the first time. But anyways, guys, I know I'm rambling on this video, but I felt like dropping a video today to kind of, and also to share with you guys some of the exercises I've been working on. But anyways, guys, I hope everybody's having a great day out there. I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.